Hello. What's up, Heath Guy, Daniel, Anthony, and Adam? What's up?
Hello, Mr. Zachary.
Evening.
Hello, hello. We'll give it a couple minutes here. All right. Now that Peter's here, we can get started. We're waiting out for Peter this whole time. I'm just kidding. Otherwise, there would have been months of waiting for Peter while he's on his travels. Um, cool. Well, welcome everybody. Let me make sure I have everything pulled up. I had a plan and an idea for tonight, and didn't have time to prepare that particular idea. So we'll be doing that a different time, probably beginning of January. However, today we'll still I have a interesting topic, so we can kind of it'll be more like a discussion, if you will, that I'm curious about that I think will be helpful for everybody. So it probably won't last the whole time, but we'll start out with something positive, some kind of positive thing over the last 7 days. Doesn't have to be trading related, but it can be. What do you guys got? I'll start. I'm looking at this as a positive. My we actually call this among our team, we call this a Donald positive. So what he'll do is he'll take a negative thing and he'll make it positive. For example, there was one time his apartment flooded for like the weekend or something. And so I was like, "How's your weekend?" And he was like, "Well, it's positive. It only flooded 2 inches and not a foot." So, it's like anyway. So for me, my car died, but the positive is I'm looking for new vehicles, and it's kind of an upgrade, kind of a
There you
cool.
go.
Oh, gonna get an upgraded vehicle. So
That's good positive.
yeah, yeah, I like it. Daniel, what do you got? What's a positive?
I've got this is my third week of positive pip gains, and I've
Nice.
taken things that you've said, that Brian has said, and that Blair has said, and it's really made a difference. And the biggest part is that if you want to change who you are, change your behaviors.
Yeah. Very fascinating. Very fascinating topic. And I'm super happy. 3 weeks in a row so far. So good. Keep it going. I love that to death. That's awesome. Guy, what's your positive?
I'll get a weird one. It's been raining a lot, which means that we should be getting a good snowpack up in the mountains right now for our area, which is good for the summertime when we got our streams going.
Okay. I was thinking you were gonna go do you snowboard or anything up there and
Oh no, I quit that crap a long time ago.
all right, all right. Fair enough. That's awesome. Cool. Yeah. Looking forward to springtime stuff. I like it. I like it. I wish it was spring all the time. If I could do that. Anthony, what's your positive?
I don't know. I'm thinking I'd have to dig a little deep this week. Nothing jumping out at me. Can you come back to me?
I'll come back to you. Adam, what do you got?
I passed the threshold for the combine today with my final trade for the week, and it put me at my goal. But I haven't got an email from PopStep yet, so maybe I
It,
guessed too soon. But I am past the threshold, so I'm just waiting
it
to hear from them.
it takes a day. They do like
Yeah,
end of day. That's where they calculate the total and stuff. Guy,
yeah.
you don't
Last
think
time it
so?
was like immediate, so I guess it's
Oh,
just yeah,
for me, it's
inconsistent.
always been a day, but that's okay. But
Yeah,
what way to go? That's awesome. That's fantastic.
yeah. I'm pretty stoked. In it was all just 10 pips, following the rules, and being true to my word to myself, and doing what I say I'm going to do. That was been a huge help so far.
Behavior, changing behavior, like Daniel said. Love it. Peter,
Like yourself, my car electronics died. but it was only an ABS sensor, so it's all go now.
Awesome. Yeah, I wish mine was like a simple. I need a new engine, so I'm just getting a new car. So very cool. Heath, apart from the fluffy thing in your lap, what's a positive for you?
Um, my kid got a new motor in his truck and actually got to drive it home yesterday.
Oh, cool.
So hopefully I don't got to go turn wrenches on that one for a while now.
Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, I mean, I would have done the problem is the engine in putting that in cost more than I put into this vehicle in total. So I'm like,
Um, his motor cost more than I paid for the truck, but I
yeah,
bought it from my dad, so it doesn't count.
got it. Got it. Very
He's
cool.
just he's just trying to keep it running because it was my dad's. So
Makes sense. Yeah, I've got no emotional attachment to this vehicle, so we're good. Brett, do you have one, or do you want me to go with your hilarious one here? Wife is sick, but I'm healthy. Love it. Life is good. All right, I'll take it. Akbar, what do you got? Something positive last 7 days.
Nothing major jumping out, but yeah, life is just good, pretty consistently good, so no complaints here.
Sick. Awesome, awesome. Sweet. All right, guys. Well, here's what we're gonna do today. I was gonna make this kind of just a pretty regular Q&A type session, but I thought it would be cool to like get us all to kind of think a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna think about let's say the top we'll do top two lessons that you have implemented this year in 2025 that have made an impact, a positive impact on your trading. Excuse me. Top two lessons. It can be mindset related. It can be an indicator that has been particularly helpful for you. Um, it can be anything. It's okay. And that includes if you're doing something a little bit off the beaten path, if you will, from our strategies, but you found it's worked well for you. That's okay. That's all right. I just wanted to be kind of a brainstorm of the top two things in 2025 that have made a positive impact on your trading. Could be any of the things. And before we do that, though, we have to circle back to Anthony. You thought I forgot. Ah, give me a positive, Anthony.
My engine's running good in my car this week. How's that?
There you go. I like it. There we go. Perfect. All right. So we'll go through here just one at a time. Top two things. And Brett, if you can start typing yours, that'd be great because you're in a loud place there. But yeah, we'll start. Daniel, what do you think? Top two things for you.
The biggest thing for me is cutting my losses,
Okay.
not holding on. I have for months destroyed good weeks with one trading day where I held on to a loss until it wiped out everything that I gained that week. And for the last 3 weeks, we're cutting our losses.
Nice.
10 pips. And the only time that's been broken is when I've traded the Matrix 5 and I've given it more pips because of the volatility. But still, I made enough. And then the second is to cut back my trading, to have patience, to say, I'm going to wait instead of jumping at every signal. Oh boy, here's some pips. Let's take those. And so those two things have made a difference these last 3 weeks.
Beauty. Beauty. I love it. Great insights, good experiences to go along with it to prove it. Yeah, it's interesting how just some small tweaks to behavior and it really makes a big difference. So keep that up. Keep that up. I
Yeah.
love it to death. Um, Guy, what about you? Top two things for you that have worked well for you.
Uh, I would say putting more confidence in myself, recognizing of all the work that I've put in, not having to, as much as I appreciate other people's insights, putting more emphasis on my own. So a lot of what I've been doing for, I don't know, 4 years now is, listening too much to other people's thoughts and not giving enough attention to my own, or at least enough value to my own. And so what that looks like now is is simplifying things back down to the basics, and then pay attention and put something together that works for me. As far as the second thing though, I didn't get to that one.
Okay. All
More
right.
thinking about the first one.
That's a really good first one, so we can let it slide.
Okay, good.
No, I
He's
like
got to come
that.
back to him.
Yeah, we gotta go back.
I didn't
No,
need your help.
no, that's good. I would be curious to know, like, the way I think about things, I like to break things down. And like what causes that to work, And this is where, as someone who likes to teach and help you guys, it can be very challenging because it's kind of a personal game. What is working well for me might not be working well for Brian, and might not be working well for Matt, or anything. Even when we're on our sessions, like this morning, I had my session this morning, and there was a big buy move that I decided not to take. For me, it wasn't a good idea, but Pat got some pips on it. And then there was a sell afterwards that I thought was a good idea, and Pat stayed out. Right? And we all got pips on the sell. So that's where it's no one's right or wrong in that scenario, as long as you're following a plan. And that plan is something that we know what certain probabilities are if you're incorporating divergence, if you're incorporating rejection and signal. We know what those probabilities are, but the rest, it's kind of a personal thing. 10 pip stop loss, or whatever people are doing to determine a trend, or they have a non-negotiable with the LRIs, or whatever the case might be, right? Everyone kind of has a little bit of personal preference in there. So, Guy, that's awesome. That's awesome. Definitely keep on with that self-confidence. I like it. Adam.
I have several things,
All right,
but
you got to give three, one for Guy.
well, one was actually very similar with Guy's situation there for sure. I was following too many shiny objects, basically jumping around too much. Oh, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. Instead of just slowing down and just figuring out what works for myself. And one of the other biggest things too I find is lately in the last couple of weeks is just trusting myself to if I'm feeling emotional or if I'm feeling like I can't see the charts or something, just maybe stop and just committing to that, like what I'm feeling, committing to it, so I don't maybe take a trade that I shouldn't have taken or something like that, and then I feel so much regret, sometimes days of regret taking that trade, and I got sick of feeling like that kind of thing. So I just, win or lose, I just started to okay, trust my gut a little bit, and I still have a long ways to go, but I think that's probably one of the most dramatic things have changed. Like I said, I still have lots to go, but when I can trust myself to okay, you're done, and be done, and not go against what you're battling yourself to make these decisions kind of thing. Just trust yourself. And I think once I can fully, and everybody can trust themselves to make the right decisions, I think trading would be a lot easier for sure.
Very cool. I love that. So that was one.
That was one. Also for entries, I have another on the side, another screen that just has buy it, sell it on it. I don't use it for my entries, but I use it for setup for entries. So because I can kind of see them better, because I have the price matches the super trends. So it's just red candles or green candles kind of thing, crossing LRI and everything else. It just kind of helps me see setups that potentially might be happening. It's just easier. And then I have T2B2 on a different chart, and that's actually where I kind of probably manage and follow the rules. But the other one just kind of helps me see setups coming that maybe I didn't see because there's too much, the screen was too busy. to
Yeah.
kind of actually do that. And the third one is the 10 pips. I treat that account as like that's going to pay my mortgage, that's going to pay my bills. That account is everything. I don't mess with that account. When I had a business before, we kind of knew ahead of time a couple big jobs. Okay, that pays for the years of expenses. Okay, we don't have to worry, get that job done, hopefully with not too many boo-boos, and there's profit in the end, and we can pay our employees and the small amount of employees and the bills, and then everything else was gravy after that. So I'm trying to treat that one account and only 10 pips, I don't care. That one account is like everything. That one account feeds me, takes care of the bills, everything else. That one account is you just don't mess with that one account, and you can have more accounts after. Who cares? Like you can scale, you can grow, but that one account is so important. You just don't mess with that one account.
Love
So
that.
that's probably one of the biggest things for myself.
Beauty. Beauty, beauty, beauty. Love all that. Peter, top two things for you.
Ooh, patience. I think for the last couple of months is patience and just walk away if things aren't lining up. But the other thing I've noticed is I've been paying attention to the TSI and MACD rather than price action and
Oof.
hanging in there.
That's a really
Good.
good one. Yeah, that price action will give you anxiety through the roof. You just focus on that TSI and the MACD, make your decisions. Yeah, I like that. It's really
Trust.
very good. And for Richard and Pierre, just so you guys know, and I don't know if David was on here earlier, I think he was, but what we're doing today is we're going through and identifying the top two things that have made a positive impact on your trading. And so it could be a way of thinking, it could be a behavior, it could be an indicator setup that you particularly love, whatever the case might be. All right, so that's kind of what we're doing. Anthony, how about you?
I'd say one that jumps out is not getting the emotional highs and lows, with trading. I just started trading. I'm just new to this. I just started this spring. And when I look back, when I first started trading to where I am now, I'm not quite as emotional. If I have a loss, okay, it was a loss. Or even if there's a good gain, you feel good, but, so I'm just a little more even kill emotionally with that. So that's number one. Um, Number two, I think in looking back too, I see it's sometimes kind of what Peter just said, sort of the patience. It's the trades I didn't take. Sometimes I'll look at something and say, should I take that? And I would look at the indicators, no, and the market didn't go good. And so, even though I didn't take the trade, but it feels good that okay, I kind of hit it there. I didn't rush to be anxious to get into a trade. I didn't take it, and the market didn't go in that direction either. So, I have such a long way to go, and I'm not where I need to be yet. But excuse me, but I can see some gains. I see some positive things there. So that's what keeps
Nice.
me going. I know it's a long road, but I'm in it for the long haul. So
Love
yeah.
it. Love it. Love it. Very, very good. Stephen Fife, what are the top two things that have made a good impact on your trading this year?
On this year, well, was the learning from basics and also the two last books that are focused on mindset rather than chart reading. That really helped me a lot.
And what two books were those?
The Secret of the Millionaire Mind and Trading in the Zone.
Nice. Yes, very good.
I still have a few to read, but right now I've put in the time to get those done. And just accepting risk, having the acceptance and understanding the basic and going from, okay, losing a day, sometimes maybe a trade, an extra trade or two and stuff, and having that basic to have the acceptance and to learn, just slowly look at it and learn as I'm going through and aim for a goal to get better and stuff. So yeah, those two books were a lot of help on the mindset and focus.
Love it. Love it. Very, very good. Heath. Oh, okay. So number one, well, I'll let you keep typing. Oh, you have number two in there and number three. Okay, we'll read it then. Um, so Heath put here, I'm back to basics. Work has been a lot lately. And number two, I'm trying to break bad habits again, over trading, feeling of FOMO due to only being trade late. Okay, yep. Trying to relate all the reading to my trading without feeling overwhelmed. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So, and I know you can't, I want to help you with that stuff. So one thing that I would suggest would be to, um, join. I don't know if you're able to join the session specifically with me and Matt. It might be helpful. Were you on this morning with me, Heath? I don't quite remember who was all on there. I have the memory of a stinking goldfish. No, sir. Okay, cool. Um, I would highly recommend it. And I don't win every time. I take losses just like everyone else. However, I still trade profitably every week. So there's lots to learn, and that way you can kind of start to, because I don't just talk about what I'm seeing on the chart. Sometimes I'll sit out on a trade and I'll explain what I'm thinking while I'm doing that. And so those kinds of things, if I could just give my mindset to you guys, I would, if that was possible. It'd be awesome. Um, okay, only on at night. Okay, okay, I got you, Heath. Watch the replays, dude. We have replays of those. I would go ahead and watch them. If you got some time, if you're not wanting to trade at night and you want to instead just educate, replays of the sessions would probably be helpful. Okay. That would be a good suggestion for you. Let's see. We've got Harry can't talk right now. He put patience to not trade and good health. Oh, that's an interesting one. No one said that one yet. I love that. And then Brett put his in the chat as well here. Lately, I've liked following trend continuation trades by using slow MACD and the 5-3 super trend. And the 5-3 super trend. Okay, seeing the fast MACD indicating same direction. Okay, so slow and fast mixed with it. Able to take less trades. Pretty much same as Disciple. Got it. Oh, I see. I know what you're talking about now. Also using Top Step setting rules, max contract, daily max loss, locking out my account for the rest of the day when hitting profit. Love it. It's on Disciple. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, okay. So one thing that you'll notice, Brett, I don't know if you have the 2 minute on with you while you trade, but you'll notice that that particular super trend tends to kind of follow along with a 2 minute signal. It's pretty cool. Um, which reminds me, before I move on to Akbar here, the bot, I'm noticing a really cool thing with it. So there are times where I'm seeing the 1 minute not signal because whatever, something's off, something's not totally there, so it doesn't take the signal. And then you'll see it like kind of hang out in a little bit of range, and then it breaks out of that little range. So it's not a super trend flip, but I see the signal on the 2 minute. So it's actually really cool. So even if you miss the 1 minute signal, keep an eye on the 2 minute one and maybe it'll come in. Anyway, more on the bot. I've been working all day on it every day for like a couple weeks now. So I'm going to keep doing it until I have it where I want it. Um, Akbar, what are the top two things that have made a positive impact on your trading this year?
Actually having the discipline to follow my entry criteria. So, and in both directions. So if I'm seeing something that I look at the chart and go, oh yeah, that looks great. I bet I could take profit there, but it's not following my criteria, then staying out. And vice versa. Sometimes I see something that I don't necessarily like, but my criteria line up anyway, and forcing myself to follow that. That's been a huge one. And then I also simplified my entry criteria a lot to just following DRS. And I watched all the videos on divergence and just kept focusing on seeing that on the charts over and over. And so being able to execute on that has been really helpful.
Awesome. Awesome. I love all that. That's really, really good. I'm trying to think because the entry criteria, that's so powerful because a lot of times when we do let emotions get the best of us, it's usually involved with our entries. We start taking dumb, stinking entries. So hats off to you, Akbar. That's awesome. I like that. Now, Mr. David, I think you've been away for a while. Do you have two things that have helped your trading this year?
Hey, yeah, probably the main thing that I could add to this, or that I've kind of gathered, is I just learned to kind of let go a bit. Long story short, I've had quite a bit of personal debt from a bad business loss about 6, 7 years ago. And then that's kind of how I fell into this whole trading thing. So I was looking for a quick way to basically get out of the bad position I was financially. And I knew that it was affecting me emotionally because I was had a bad kind of relationship with money. Um, and every winter I have more free time and I always kind of jump back into it a bit more. And in summertime of landscaping, and finally can say that I've pretty much got that like 150 grand in personal debt just about locked away. Um, so I'm kind of
Nice.
looking to jump back into this, without the expectation of making anything.
Yeah.
And I feel more relaxed about it, like because I every time I'd be sitting in front of the charts and I wouldn't be getting where I want to be. I'm like, oh man, like I just need to be doing something to make money. This isn't fixing my immediate problems, and I'm I'm hoping that I can it's gonna relieve me a bit, just being more relaxed about it. Um, any other thing that I've realized, well, I've known it for like the past year. It's frustrating, but my computer's been it's just not able to really keep up with Zoom calls and two monitors and everything. It's the other day when I was trading it, I hit a buy and literally my MT5 just froze up for like a good 2 seconds. I mean, it actually helped me in that situation. It put me in a better position, but I'm just quite it makes it frustrating. You feel unconfident when you start seeing your screens and stuff kind of just taking a minute to
Yeah.
adjust, and so I'm currently just in the process of trying to figure out which machine to buy. Um,
Okay.
but yeah,
Are
those are the
you
main.
are you trading on MT5 or what do
Yeah,
you
and MT5.
in
Um,
ThinkTrader or TradingView?
I'm still using ThinkTrader. I was gonna mess around with TradingView, but I just wasn't gonna bother until I got a better machine because it's gonna be a bit of work for me to relearn it, and I kind of know ThinkTrader pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
I'm
so
only asking that just because I know MT5 is quite a resource hog. ThinkTrader not as much, but a little bit too. And so TradingView and then a web-based um broker, like a lot of us are using prop firm stuff like TopStep. The nice thing about web-based stuff is it's less of a resource hog on your computer. It's more of a resource hog on your internet. So if you have better internet than you do hardware, web-based charts is not a bad way to go. Um, but if you want to get a new computer anyways, it's all good. I would message Donald in the community, Donald Castellano. He actually has a little chart of like what to look for on a computer for trading.
okay. I did go through that, the resource
Oh, okay.
on there, and I'm gonna say I personally think it needs updating.
Okay.
Um, because like it's saying that you need an i5 as kind of your minimum CPU, but like as time goes on, those are becoming quite outdated and they're not going to perform as well with the newer Windows updates and stuff as they used to. Um, I think i7 is kind of your baseline, really. If you want to run like two screens and a Zoom call and maybe one or two feeds. Um,
I would pay attention to the gigahertz of the processor. So I think on there it says like a 3.2 gigahertz or something like that. Because I think there's probably the more recent i5s are probably hitting that.
mhm.
So it really depends. It's the processor speed that's more important than the label. Like I have an old one, and mine's an AMD processor, but I've got 3.6 gigahertz, which is really pretty low for today's standards of compute. I've had this computer for 6 years.
Yeah.
You so I would just look at the gigahertz. I think it's listed on there. Check the gigahertz because that's what we were looking at is as far as being able to handle Zoom and these applications.
Mhm.
Uh, Also, TradingView, get used to it because we are making a bot for everyone, a signals bot, and that'll be a TradingView indicator basically.
Okay.
And so that way, yeah. So I would have a TradingView account for sure.
Yeah, I'll start working on getting used to it. I've used it before. I just,
Yeah,
got everything set up nice with ThinkTrader and it's
awesome.
all ready, right? But
Well, welcome back, David. We're happy to have you back. And looks like Brett made a note in the comment here. You want to send him some advice for not chasing the money kind of thing. Because I think multiple people can relate to that, Um, obviously we're here to make money. And the funny thing is if we're chasing money, it kind of eludes us. So there's this little perspective switch that has to happen, and sounds like you're well on your way on that, and that's awesome. Love it.
yeah, I've known that for years that it was a problem, but I didn't want to just not trade until I had all my debt paid off. But and then, every time summer comes around, I'd be really like bogged down with just my landscape business and it was mentally you're not able to focus on it in the morning when you got guys heading to site and stuff. And I don't know how I'm going to manage it next year. I still got to figure that one out, but at least I can jump in this and have fun of it rather than trying to save myself from, you know, financial failure, right? So,
Yeah, yeah. I would go through the Get Funded Challenge replays if you can. The first one, just go through that first Get Funded Challenge. The first like five, at least the first 5 or 6 videos. I think that'll probably help you get a really good jump start.
okay, sweet. Thanks.
No problem. Awesome, awesome. And Piera, what would you say are the top 2 things that have made a positive impact? Oh, you got 5 things. Look at this overachiever over here. Number 1, grateful for the leaders. Thank you. This community and the opportunity and ability to learn the skill. Awesome. Number 2, patience, no FOMO, and to keep emotions in check. Number 3, keep learning and journaling each trade. Oh, I love that. Like, be accountable for every single button you push. I love that. Number 4, following the DRS and checking TSI to avoid bad entries. And number 5, locking myself out after achieving daily goal. Wonderful. Yeah, Piera made up for Guy's second. That's right. Love it, love it. Very good, guys. I mean, this is kind of what I thought we would do. I'm not going to be with you guys next week. It'll be with Janelle. So I wanted to kind of go over that question with you guys and hear from you what has worked for you so far. We have, I don't know. I'm looking at 2026 as probably the most exciting year we've ever had, um, because because of AI coding capabilities. You mix that with some of our creative problem solving, and we're going to be pretty dangerous with some of the stuff that we're coming out with in a good way. So the toolkit, which in the bot, both of which will be done and ready for you guys by Christmas. So we've got just a couple weeks left on that. Very excited for that. I think those 2 things in and of themselves are going to make 2026 very, very powerful. And then in addition to that, we've got other ideas, lots of other ideas. So stay tuned. We're very excited. We're very excited to take everything that we've learned from James and to make it easier to execute and to learn as best we can so that brand new people can immediately start seeing a difference in their accounts right away. So that's what we're working on. And so it's awesome. Any questions? We still have time. So if you do have questions, we can start a Q&A session here and then we'll wrap up after.
Hey, Zach, quick question. Where can I find the book Two Roads Diverge? Isn't that a book?
Yeah,
Where
we
would I
have a
find
PDF. We have a
or PDF?
PDF of it, and I think it's in resources
Okay,
somewhere. But
that's all right. I'll look for it.
let me see. I think it's in extras. Oh, dang it. Heartbeat crashed. Hold on.
Oh, that's okay. I don't want to hold anything up here.
Oh
I'll
no,
check it out.
it's all good. It's all good. Two row, yeah. So it's in resources extras. And then
Extras? Okay.
it's just labeled in the list of things. 2 roads diverged.
Thank you.
Cool. Who won the merchandise package? Nobody won. Nobody won the merchandise package. There was a minimum amount of entries, and nobody hit the minimum threshold. You guys are not the best with submitting your trading sessions. But that's part of why we're doing the toolkit thing, is to help with that. Okay, we're gonna make it easier. You don't even have to submit, so that we can help you guys and kind of keep tabs on progress. I mean, and I think a lot of times you guys, and it's not you guys specifically on this call, but in general in the community, people don't submit for a couple of reasons. One, they have a bad session, they're kind of ashamed of it. They don't really want anyone to see it. And I get that. I totally do. Um, and two, sometimes people are like, it's a waste of time. Or I've even heard, and even some of you here have told me that it almost puts extra pressure on your trading. And so they don't want that either. So, which is cool. So I think we're building out a system that won't be pressured, because we're not going to we're going to kind of have you guys have like a list of, if you want us to review your sessions or if you don't want us to. And if you don't want us to, we won't message you about, hey, I saw you had a bad session. We won't do that. All right. So, but if you do want to, we'd be happy to keep helping. And of course, we don't just come out, guns ablaze. What were you thinking? We don't do that. Okay. We want to talk to you, see what's up, see what's going on. 9 times out of 10, there's something going on in your personal life that causes such a session. That's what we've discovered. And so, we're just here to help and support as best we can. Good question, though. What other questions we got? Heath, do you want me to review that, Doc?
No, that's
That's
the two roads diverge.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you.
You have any plans on doing a night session again?
It has become very, very challenging. Maybe. There's a few down. If I did, it would be trading gold. Okay, so yeah, maybe the bots for nights or something. The problem, I don't know. I don't have a good answer for you, Heath. I'm working on it. The issue is my personal life completely shifted in terms of schedule again, where I ended up having my kids full time again for a while. It was like a month and a half. Now we're back to 50-50 custody, so I don't know. I don't know exactly, because I don't know how long it'll last, unfortunately. So that's what determines it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Because
that makes sense.
yeah. But I'll be keeping in mind that you're looking for it, because I think you're not the only one that trades at night either. So I think it is a pretty common request. We just got to figure out how to do it. Potentially with this bot, it'll make it easy for all of us coaches, and we could switch off, where we could do like, Matt does the bot thing on Tuesday nights. I know his Tuesday nights are pretty good. And then, or maybe we do it every Tuesday night, and then it switches Matt, Janelle, me, someone else. I don't know. We've got options there, but thank you for bringing that up. I'll make sure to make a note.
Is the bot going to be shared like invite only, or is it just going to be up when somebody's trading, like you or Matt or?
Oh, no. It'll be invite only. So it'll go to your TradingView account.
Okay,
So
so you can use it
just
like
like
an indicator
it's
strategy
an
or whatever.
indicator. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be just like any other indicator, and you can open the settings and make little changes to it if you want, and that kind of. Yeah.
And have you tested it on gold and everything else yet, kind of thing, or
I've
just
I've
Matt?
tested it on Dow. I've tested it on
Okay.
Dow. It works really well, just like NAS. So far, NAS and Dow, it's looking pretty good. But I have not tried gold yet, so I need to look at that.
Okay, yeah, it's in theory, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I had to like borderline torture this bot to make it do what I want it to do, to code what I want. I'll tell it to code a thing, and next thing I know, it breaks it. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't make me go to ChatGPT, because I will. This is like, I berate the thing. Anyway.
Well,
I say
there's
we can all
there's a-
probably really appreciate, because it is like I've only done very small, like tiny, minute stuff, and the frustration and the amount of time and effort you must have put in on this is, well, we're grateful for
Oh,
sure.
thank you, and
Very
Brett,
grateful.
thank you for kind words. And we also wanted to, James had that other guy that developed a a signals bot thing. And the problem with that is he's not a part of our ecosystem here. So, we were looking at making a deal with him where we would have some kind of upfront payment or something to make it at least very affordable for you guys to do some kind of subscription with him. But in the end, it ended up not working out. So James was like, Zach, can you do it? And I'm like, I could try. And I'm pleasantly surprised. I did not think I would get this far actually without much help. I've had to do some YouTubes and stuff, but overall it's going it's going pretty smoothly, all things considered. So
Are there successful bots out there that
I haven't
have
found any.
consistent winnings?
I haven't found any. And we talk to a lot of people, obviously every day, prospects that are thinking about joining us, and many of them have used bots, multiple bots, in fact, and very, very few of them have seen positive results from it. And so and if they did, it was for a temporary period of time, and then it would stop working. And this is where James, in particular, is such a superpower because his strategies have worked for a couple decades, right? So if we can somehow put those strategies in with the bot, and that's what I'm working on doing. But it is not the bot. It's not easy.
Yeah, I got a question for you. At one point in time, after a trading session, you guys actually went over James' trades, his entries, his exits, and his thinking. Is that I found that to be tremendously helpful because when I get on with James, it's like, what, why did you, how, when, and even if it's after the fact, to see someone like James's thinking when he enters, what he was seeing, why he entered,
Yeah.
That.
I know, and I remember doing that, and I want to bring that back. We were gonna have that be a fifth Wednesday. Like every time there's a fifth Wednesday, we would do that. Um, but unfortunately, the only fifth Wednesday we've had since making that choice was this month, and this month that's Christmas Eve, or New Year's Eve, sorry, and we're not gonna do it on New Year's Eve. So, but
Mm-hmm.
but I agree. I think that's thank you for the feedback. We'll have to make a plan to put that in. Maybe what we'll do. So on the third Wednesdays of every month, what we've been doing is reviews for you guys. Like we'll review someone's session or whatever. Maybe we can switch that off every other month to be a review of one of your guys' sessions, and then a James review on the other months or something. Somehow split that up. I like that though. Thank you for the feedback because I do remember doing that, and yeah, I think that would be helpful for everybody.
Zach, the bots that you developed, is that just for TradingView? It's not for ThinkTrader?
Correct. Yeah, it'll only work on TradingView.
Okay.
So that you can use, at least as of right now, you could use the cheapest TradingView, which I think is $10 a month, or to be safe in case you want extra indicators or what have you, the other one is $30 a month.
Yeah.
So it's not terrible. It's not going to break the
No,
bank.
no.
But it's the best way for us to be able to like share it with you guys.
Sure.
And then you guys get updates automatically and stuff. Like it's the best way for us to do that.
Okay.
Very cool. And yeah, so what with going into what, Brett had a bad experience with the bot. David is talking about how you need human aspect. Peter needs the depends factor. Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do with a bot, just given what I know, given that we have James's strategies. So for example, I started with a classic DRS with the bot, and all it could do is recognize normal divergence. So then I started teaching it divergence within the indicator. Then I started teaching it divergence squared. Then I started teaching it convergence after a divergence and what that can do. And obviously this is a lot, and I'm going into angles of EMAs, angles of TSI. I'm going into all sorts of things with this guy so that it can make a crazy amount of calculated decisions faster than I can, right? So it's going to be a process. I still got a couple weeks. I'm looking at least if I can at least have the signals honed in and I'm satisfied with them. That's my bare minimum goal. However, just so you guys know what I'm planning with this thing, I want it to trade manage for you guys too, sort of. It'll tell you where to put your stop. So after it gives a signal, it'll say stop loss -10 or minus whatever the case might be. And then at the bar close, it'll say, okay, stop loss -5. Like it'll say tighten it up, break even, or positive. Put it in the positive somewhere, like so I'm gonna kind of have it help you manage it as well. Um, I don't know if I'll have that part done by Christmas, but the signals for sure will be done by Christmas, and that'll be our Christmas present to you guys. So
That's awesome.
cool, cool, cool. What other questions you guys got?
I have an express funded account question.
Yes.
Reading up on that, it so I was aware that you're able to take 50% of what you make after
Yes.
five not consecutive, but 5 days of at least $150 each day.
Yes.
The other thing I just realized actually the other day, which was I read that it says with a max of $5,000 per payout. So say if I'm understanding this correctly, Monday through Friday, say that's 5 days, you win every single day the right amount. Like that's the most. That's like equivalent to $1,000 a day. I mean, that's respectable, but it's pretty limited based off of what we could potentially do with everything we're learning.
So a lot of those kinds of rules, especially with withdraws, they are prone to negotiation. So as your account balance grows, they will increase the max amount of contracts that you can trade, and they will also increase the amount that you can withdraw. And so it won't you won't hit a cap, especially with a 50%, because you can only take out 50. So if you were to do that, you would have made $40,000 on your account that month in order to withdraw the max. And with a max of 3 contracts, I don't see that very few people would be able to do that, I think. Does that make
Because
sense?
five thousand's like I said, I mean it's respectable, but that's not a lot over five, of course, of 5 days.
So that's per week, right? So that means somebody made $10,000 in that week in those 5 days.
True. True.
That's what I'm saying. So,
Okay.
and that's per account as well. So if you have multiple express funded accounts, right? If you are doing some copy trading stuff, it's 5 grand per account. And then that goes up. So and you'll see it. So when you can even go in their Discord channel
Oh,
and
that's
you can,
per copy count, you said?
yeah,
So if you got up to five using the 50K that we're mostly signing up for, okay, there's the difference.
yeah,
But at
yeah.
one point, if they kick you to pro, there's no more copy accounts. You just have the one account with bigger contract sizes or more contract sizes. Is that like the compromise to that? Like,
It's not a good compromise. Any way I look at it, getting the
yeah,
pro account is just doesn't make sense to me mathematically. So basically, no, you cannot have copy accounts with pro. You do get to withdraw, I think it's 90% or maybe even
yeah,
more.
I think it's
Um,
90.
yeah, 90% of your profits. But the fact that you can't copy it, it just doesn't make sense to me. Because
You can
if
go
you
up to
have
15 contracts.
you have two accounts that you're copying already is making more trading at 50% withdrawal. That's still 100%. It's more than 90%. What if you had five? So now it really makes no sense, so yeah. Yeah, that's the deal with that. Good question, guy. Did that answer it or
Um, it helped.
okay.
Thank
Are
you.
you in there? Are you in their Discord channel?
Nope.
I would get in there. Because you can ask, they're pretty quick at answering questions in there. So you can ask these kinds of things. I have, and they basically what they say is a lot of this kind of stuff is negotiable as your account grows. You keep proving that you're an amazing trader, you keep trading well, they're not going to limit you unless you're like using like an illegal bot, not a signals indicator. That's not a bot. quote unquote. So you're not breaking any rules with that.
I don't think I've been on here since it was before we were, back in the day, before the hub.
I mean,
Boy,
they have people with $1 million accounts and stuff. I
yeah.
doubt that those people are only pulling out 20 grand a month.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
Yeah,
something I was
yeah.
like, I gotta break this down somehow, but I got Zach here that can help with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. I would say just don't worry about it. Just trade like you are, and focus on the consistency. And then when that becomes like a challenge, that's a freaking good challenge to have. And we can discuss more at that point. Love
Okay.
it.
Just out
What
of
other
curiosity, do we have, are any of our traders pulling 40,000 a month consistently?
potentially one guy that I can think of who has almost $2 million in prop firm funding. He has I think he said last he told me is 1.75 million in prop firm funding. And so he's pulling some good income.
He's doing
He
good. Wow.
uses NinjaTrader to copy accounts. He is using Apex for his. I think he's using Apex. No, he's using multiple. He's using like. Let me see.
Yeah, Apex is definitely the most scalable of the platforms for sure.
Right. I can tell you. Just give me a second. I'll tell you what the things are he's in. No. He doesn't. He probably would not want me saying his name though. But I can tell you what he told me for his prop firms. He has. So he's using NinjaTrader for everything. He has Apex Bull Knox. I don't know what that is. Oh, I guess just a. Okay, so he has 18 Apex accounts. I'm sorry, 20 Apex accounts, 3 Bull Knox accounts, and then he has a cash account, which is just his MT5. So that's what he's doing.
Good.
Yeah, well, we're trying to yeah, I'm trying to build that. If you guys notice when you submit, you wouldn't notice because you guys don't submit. I'm just kidding. Now I'm just being petty. Anyway, if
Shit.
if you submit and you did more than 10 pips in a day, you actually get a little message that says, "Hey, share it with the community." And that's why you see if you go into the TDX social, you'll see guys like like Judy or I know Peter, you've posted in there. Pat posts a lot in there because he submits. Pat's a submitter, so he submits and then he has a win and he gets a message saying, "Hey, don't forget to share it with the group." And we're also doing that now. We also added a link to Reddit so that people can post. We have a little like share your wins on Reddit. And so that's anonymous. If you go on Reddit, you have a username that's totally random. Like mine's like Rude Wolverine and some numbers, It's just a random username. It's pretty anonymous. So we're looking into that for sure, Brett, because yeah, there are some really cool guys like this dude with all the different prop firms. And I definitely want them to be more open about it. In hindsight, like if you think about, I used to listen to all sorts of entrepreneur interviews, like people that go on podcasts and stuff. There was this one called Mixergy. It's a pretty cool podcast. It's a really cool interviewer. And one thing that you'll notice is a very common pattern is the Mixergy guy always asks the entrepreneur, "Hey, so how big is your company right now?" And 9 times out of 10, they refuse to answer the question. 9 times out of 10, they're like, I can't tell you that. And then he'll say, "Well, can you ballpark it? Is it over 10 million a year? Is it over 100 million a year?" And they'll just say, "I can't tell you that." Okay, there is an actual danger in terms of sharing too much financial. The more money you make, the more you become a target for lawsuits, and all sorts of other things because people will try to get it right. So we're trying to find anonymous ways. Thank you. That's good. It's a good question, and I'm hoping that Reddit will be somewhat of a cure for that. By the way, you guys should just go on Reddit and share your wins. What other questions you guys got?
With top step. The journaling is easy to send. Like I'm thinking of doing it once a week. And can we set it in our own journal? I'd like to see like the numbers, the percentage, because right now with the BEs, it's kind of like really, really tight, and the numbers are not. A lot of BEs are -5 and stuff. That's what I want to change. I want to make sure every time I go BE, I wait for like the 5, 6 pips, and then I bring it up at least to $10 or $20, like half a pip to 1 pip. So like this, if when it comes out, takes me out B, it's green instead. Because right
Yeah.
now I see a bit more red in the stats because of those B's. But anyway, that's a detail. So what I'm wondering is if I could bring that journal into our journal on the platform. Because I kind of try to check it out. It's easy to copy the link, but it's not like MT5 to bring it into the time, space, and all, and to figure out the pips. Does that work
So,
with Top Step?
well, here's what we're doing. I'll show you.
I really like the 4 hour and long range, all the level sheets you got, all digitally done. It's beautiful. That would help me a lot too. And that's something I want to get better at is knowing where price is going to go.
So this is
Okay.
what's going to be part of the toolkit is it's going to have your numbers in here, and it's going to be based on uploaded files. So what you do is you actually in trading you'll click on log, and we'll have tutorials on this stuff, okay? But you can choose like a top step file, and you can click here, and then you pick a top step export, and then you open it, and then you hit continue, and it shows you, oh, here were your trades for that day. And then you can choose what was it with yourself, Matt, Zach, James. And so you pick a thing, you can put in your notes, including a recording link if you recorded your session, and then you just hit import. Okay. And then when you do that, yeah, okay, that was a duplicate.
Yeah, it's real
But
nice.
but then it populates all this information for you.
Right
Um,
in.
and then it'll
Amazing.
show you kind of like on Top Step, it shows you the calendar days and what you did. So that's kind of
Mhm.
cool. And when you click on one of these, you can scroll through each trade like this.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know if this is what you're looking for. Break evens are set to plus or minus 2 pips. So if it's
Okay. There's a
do
setting in Top Step?
no,
No?
that's in,
Okay.
I'm sorry, that's in here specifically.
Okay. Yeah,
Which
that looks
which
very much like Trading View.
yeah, well, you mean Top Step? This looks like
No, this dashboard.
oh
That's from TraDeca. You guys made this. It's amazing.
yeah, this is our toolkit that you guys will be getting.
Really nice.
So it's got all sorts of things. This is the newest thing we just did is the withdrawal plan. So we have organic, which is like MT5, your own cash kind of thing, and then funded, and what the numbers can look like for you, depending
So let's
on.
say on $1,000 after with the 50% account, I can take 500 out a week. If I say, okay, I'm working and stuff, so just gonna go for 250 and keep 250 in my account and keep growing it like this. That would be a good goal.
Well, it's you got to get your account. The max loss limit has to get up to the 50,000 first. So you got to get your account to 52,000 first, and then from there, anything above that, I would say is fair game. What I would suggest is maybe even don't withdraw until you get to 56,000. Then you start making your withdrawal plan just to give yourself a nice buffer. I think that'd be good. Yeah, everyone's going to have access to this, David. It's going to be part of our Christmas gifts. So there's a lot in here, and we're not even done quite yet with it. So, in fact, in an hour, I'm meeting with Travis so we can work a couple hours on it again together. So cool. Well, time's up, so no more questions. I'm just kidding. If any last minute questions, I don't want to leave you guys hanging.
I yeah, I gotcha. Discord with Top Step. There's a lot here. Like, where do you go?
There's like a general support. That's where I went. I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called general. It's somewhere towards the top. Let me see.
Community support, maybe?
Yeah, there's a bot chat. That bot chat has been able to answer everything when I hit the price and the stop loss. It's on the left. It was hiding the price. Right away, they told me, there, go there, and you can put it on the left. And I've been putting the whole dashboard to my liking, and they answer every question. That little bot, twice, if something doesn't work, you say, I want to speak to a human, and they'll reach you, and you can get someone straight on through the
Yeah.
bot. They're pretty good.
You're talking about the Top Step website?
He's talking about Top Step X, the little bot in the corner. When
Yeah,
you go
this
on the
this is
trading
Discord or I was,
community support guy, that's where I would go.
okay.
Yep.
Thanks so. Yeah, I've used that too, Steve, and it took me a while to find that thing, and it's right in your face.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys. Appreciate you hanging out with me tonight, and I'll see you guys on the sessions for the rest of the week. Adios.